Good evening, guys, and welcome to another Monday night. It's a morning again. Monday night hobby hangout here at the Ravens Rock. For those of you that don't know, my name is Phil, and yeah, this is our usual spot. 7:30 on a Monday night. We'll get some building or some painting done, and yeah, just general chat through the chat online, and we'll see where we go from there. See what madness ensues this week. I hope you've all been really well. Bit of stuff coming out, good and bad for GW, depending on what stance you want to take with it. Some new models coming out, and also a lot of negativity. Something it doesn't really involve me, and I'm not really fussed about what's been going on. So I don't really want to comment too much upon that. Like I say, it doesn't really affect me that much. So we're just going to crack on. We're going to get some painting done tonight. I've been working my way through the Dominion box set. I've got the Killer Boss done, the Pot Grot that goes with him, and then the name goes out of my head, the one with the big banner with the tongue hanging out. Got that one done. I'm just waiting on some basing material that I've ordered from Geek Gaming Scenics to turn up, and then I could get all them based, and then those three are done. So tonight the idea is we're going to get on with the little Pot Grot. It's only a small one, obviously we're only streaming for just over an hour and a half anyway, so hopefully can get as much done on this guy with you lot in the stream. So hopefully you're getting some hobby done yourself, or you're just lurking in the chat, or you're just here for, you know, the social side of it. Don't be afraid to, you know, ask us any questions in the chat, or, you know, just chat away amongst yourselves. That's why we're here. So yeah, without further ado, I'll switch it over onto the top down cam, or the paint cam as we're calling it now. Right, so I've got a little Pot Grot here, all primed up in, I believe it was Wraithbone. Yeah, Wraithbone for my orcs, just so the skin's that bit brighter and a bit more vibrant how I've been doing them. And just to show you where we've got, as I was saying, so we've got the, my camera focus is better without that. So we got the Killer Boss. I didn't put the shield on because I wanted both weapon options. Just I thought it looked a bit more cool as it was. So with the shield, I managed to shave the arm down on the back, and hey presto, big shiny shield on his back instead. So a little bit of a kit bash, nothing too spectacular or ooh, look at that. But yeah, I'm really happy with how these guys are turning out. And then the little, so I can hold it a bit closer. This ain't gonna focus, is it? Because my camera is absolutely pants. But yeah, the little Pot Grot to go with him. And then I still can't remember the name. One of you guys will probably be shouting it in the chat. But the banner guy. So like I said, I'm just waiting on basic material. There's a bit of touching up on the skulls. It's like the eyes, I just can't seem to get them right for obviously they're dead. So, but they've just got white eyes at the moment, because no matter what I do, I just can't seem to get them right. And yeah, so I mean, it's green, and then everything else just seems to be brown, but I seem to have got a good contrast between all the different browns. So yeah, once again, really happy with how these guys are turning out. Oh, we'll just plod along tonight with the second smallest one that comes in the Dominion for the Oryx, which is the Pot Grot, and we'll just see how far we can get with this guy. First of all, I just want to see who we've got in the chat. So we've got Mr. Richard Smith popping in nice and early. Good evening, Rich. I hope you're well. hope you're ready for the birthday Blood Bowl bash on Saturday on our little road trip, dude. Can't wait. We've got a Captain Void Bazooka popping in as well. Good evening, pal. I hope you're well. Excuse me. I'll just get a drink. Big pot of coffee. I think the coffee's going to outlast the little Pot Grot. So we should just crack on. I should get some music on. Look, I just want to turn that down just before I flick it on. Try a chill one first and see what this one's like. No, I'm not too keen on that one. There's none in that playlist. Typical. I don't want to be putting the sea shanty one on again because we've had that for quite a few weeks. Yeah, that sounds a bit better. So we'll go with this. I just want to make sure it's not too loud for you guys in the chat, so you might just get a double reverb. 1 second just while I test it. Seems to sound okay. So if it is too loud or it's overpowering on the talking, just give us a shout out in the chat, let us know. But it seems to sound alright my end, but obviously by the time YouTube's finished playing with it, it can mess it all up. We've got a bad fish popping in, not a name I recognise. Good evening, pal. I hope you're well. Thanks for coming in and checking us out. Might be someone I know, but it's getting used to all these names. Now, what I want to do first on this little guy, we're going to get the skin chucked down on these. Just give the paint a good shake. Oh, for my 40k orcs, I did a bit of a different paint scheme. And I thought, obviously, with my AOS, I want to try them a bit different. That little bit more vibrant than dark and grimy, because obviously the clothes are going to be dark and grimy, so I wanted that bit of a difference between the two. So I got some of the new base paint, the Auric Flesh. So that's what we're going to be using tonight. And then it's just a simple wash of Biltang green instead of using my, I believe it was, is it Carillion green shade? The other one? I don't think I've got it to hand. That's the one I use mainly for my 40k orcs, so it's that bit darker in the recesses. The Biltang, it just shades it that little bit, and then obviously just highlight back up with that, and then some Elysian green, so that it is really, really bright and vibrant. So off what I've done so far, I am really, really happy with how they are turning out. And typical. I was able to paint, my hands start shaking, getting the dreaded shakes already. It's not a good start. Love those comedy grots, nice colour scheme, pal. Thank you very much, pal. Yeah, the two little ones, I really do, or really am enjoying them. Some of the poses on these new orcs is so cool. I'm just a bit gutted I didn't get into orcs that little bit earlier, but I think my timing could have possibly been, couldn't have been any more perfect really. Just with all these new orcs coming out, or aurochs, whatever you're calling them. each to their own, isn't it? But I'm really looking forward to the two coming out that are on oh god, what are they called? The big birds. Or the two vultures, that's it. Honestly, my brain tonight is all over the shop. You got the shaman on the vulture, and then there's a killer boss on a vulture as well. And they look really, really cool. I do like the look of those. And obviously it's two different poses. For the vultures, I think the killer boss one's more armoured, because obviously they'd be using it flying into battle and stuff, whereas the shaman one is more like a HQ support type of thing. So that's how I personally see it. I could be completely wrong, knowing me, like. Quickly, mess up then. Literally just goes up to his knee. I had to scrape away on some of these earlier. I got them base undercoated and everything earlier, and then lo and behold, I found some of the little dreaded mold ninjas. It just seem to avoid, you know, like when you're building them and everything, you just don't see them, and then as soon as you get a layer of undercoat on, they all pop out. But now they've been really killing it with these new molds. There's not that many mold lines compared to obviously some of the, you know, with like Space Marines and stuff like that. Some of the mold lines on them, it's just in completely ridiculous places as well, like right over knees and stuff. So you're scraping and scraping away. These ones don't seem to be too bad. I think they've definitely stepped up the game with the moulding or the mould line placements. Just going to take a couple of calls there. I'm getting all, it's not too bad if I go over at the moment, because obviously going with the browns it'll cover any overspill. Obviously I'm just using just a cheap crappy little starter brush from GW to start with. We'll get washed out, and then the trusty Broken Toads will be coming out. They shall be making an appearance this week. Obviously just with this guy being so small and the details are so small, I need the smallest, bestest brush really. That's a bit too heavy, that. It's very, very heavy. Let's try this one. Sorry guys, it's just a little bit too heavy for me that then. Especially when we're just having like a little chill stream painting away. Tiny little bit under there. Yeah. So quickly, while that's just drying before we put a wash on. That's one side. Yeah, they're all green skins. I came into 40k with Prophecy of the Wolf, mostly older orc models with Gaskell. Orc fan for sure. Yeah, I'm really loving the orcs. Obviously, I played a little bit and built a little bit as a kid, and then obviously years and years later coming back into the hobby. I was basically just doing my Space Marines, so I've done my Raven Guard, and then with the Mortal Realms magazine, the idea behind that was just to practice the building and the painting for myself to get better. And then all these new orcs started coming out, and I was like, I've got to get me some of these. I'm going to have to definitely try and get a Gaskell. I'm going to have a look when we go to GW World this weekend. Let's see if they've got one in there. My local shop didn't have any in. But yeah, that's one orc model I really do want. Even if I wasn't really gonna use it for any lists or anything like that, it's just one that I think just looks really, really cool. Right, so let's get this brown down on it then. So we're going with the new brown orc paint that come out with this as well. So we've got the orc flesh for the skin, and I'm probably Thondia brown. I'm pronouncing it correctly. I'm terrible with names or pronouncing things. It could be a complete pain sometimes. But I've found with this, you definitely need a couple of coats, because it does, no matter how much I shake it, it does seem to go down quite streaky. I've definitely been drinking a lot of coffee today. My hand is just not steady at all. At least we've at least like this going on quite thin. Obviously you're going to get a good couple of coats on it anyway, which will give you a really good coverage. I just found it really, really thin going down. Even for a base paint, and when you're shaking it up, it's quite watery in the pot. I don't know if it's just like a dodgy batch that I've got or something. it goes down well after a couple of coats, obviously. Just getting all these little crevices around the back here. So we're not being too neat just yet. I mean, it's warm in this room anyway, but with the layers going on really thin, that it means virtually dry there now. Let's try and you can always come in and neaten the extreme edges up afterwards anyway. And we got a Mr. Ashley Sharples popping in. Good evening, Ash. I hope you're well, pal. Hope you've not been too busy at work today without me. On my day off. Don't worry, I'm in tomorrow. Because I've got a really small bit here, but I don't want to miss it and then, knowing me, forget about it and then come back. It's a really tricky thin line. I don't want to be hitting the skin. I've been really enjoying these new orcs. Definitely stepped it up. However, I don't know if it's obviously because I'm painting more frequently as well, or I don't know if it's because it's a different style and I've found my style or my niche, I should say. Which would be the orcs. But I seem to be getting a better result painting these than I have done with other stuff in the past. Oh, that coffee's so good. Right, so we've gone with the Fondia. Yeah, Fondia brown for his little cloak, or his cloak, or whatever you're calling it. So, I think more fine brown for his shorts. That's what I've been doing. Sorry, just getting my paint a quick shake. That's what I've been doing more with the other ones, and then any like edge highlighting, or also the ties between the leather. I've been using more of a scrag brown, which is a bit more of an orangey brown. The contrast of the scrag brown between both of the browns, it's really nice. There's a definite difference between both of them. Just need to get, I definitely needed my smaller brush because I needed to get behind this pot. I know you're not going to see it really, but I know it's there, so it'll bug me. This music's a bit better. It's a little bit heavier, but not too heavy at the same time. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jellybean? Crap impression of a southern accent. And then it's this bit over his legs. And be careful with the flesh there, but then also careful right up against the top cloak there as well. Hard to get to from underneath with all the bloody pots and pans in the way. There we go. Got it. Haha. You shall not escape from me. So that's that. That looks like it's dried enough there, so let's quickly pop that to one side. Back to me crappy starter brush. I don't want to use that for my washes. Oh, we got Mr. Scruggy mini painting popping in. Evening, sorry man, missed the stream. In picking up hobby supplies, wanted to pop on to smash that like button. Have a good evening. Thank you very much for popping in. Even just popping in and smashing that like, it does help. Every one of them does help. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what you've been working on, what you've picked up. Obviously, you'll be flooding the Discord hopefully soon with your secret supplies. I don't know if it's going to show up on my really bad camera. You can just about make out. On the forearm there, it's a more vibrant green. Hopefully it's showing up on your screens that little bit better. I'll just try and flood this into all the little recesses. And if it doesn't go enough, I can give it like a second pass, just to darken it down that extra little bit. But I haven't gone more than 2 washes, just on purpose really, to try and keep them more uniform. This new green, it's more of a yellowy green, so by the time you do get a wash on there, it does work really, really well on it. You can probably just about make out how the difference is. If you can, all I can do is apologise for that. There will be some pictures as usual. Going up on the socials, on the Discord after I'll stick a picture on there so you guys can see it that little bit clearer what I've actually been painting, because obviously until I get these upgraded it's not the best really, but it does the job for the time being. nooks and crannies, and then like that with the eyes, just so it doesn't flood too much detail. Just wick it away like so. Yeah, that's looking cool now. And then obviously with a really small brush I can get in there and edge highlight all them, and back up with the original colour, and then again that little bit more. So just while that's drying. Yes, my G, we got Spud popping in, man. Good evening, pal. Just popping in for 2 minutes. 2 minutes of Spud time, is that all I get now? Oh, it's getting bad, that, pal. I hope you're well, pal. I hope you're enjoying your 6-week holidays. Hello, Gary. Bye, Gary. I mean, it's great. Obviously, people could just pop in and pop out, and you know, I wanted it like that with me streams. Obviously, there's the regulars that come in and they're here all the way through, and you know, I appreciate that, and I appreciate those that just pop in and out as well. Obviously, I know there's other streams out there, and obviously Mondays isn't the greatest night anyway, really, is it? It's that first day back in work madness. Speaking of other streams, my fellow CWG streamer Kev is on tonight. I believe it's 8:30 he's on tonight. I'm sure it is. He's doing another playthrough from the Mortal Realms. So if you could just, you know, pop along on Kev's as well if you get a chance, and just, you know, just say hi, leave a like on his stream as well. The lad's doing really well. Hopefully I'll catch him up one day. Just come in now, and we're using our scrap bound round for any of these ropes and tassels, just round this bit. Also, speaking of the CWG, it's our one and all, very on, I should say, Captain Pickle's birthday this week, and he's actually doing a stream on his birthday this Wednesday. So I hope all you guys are going to pop along and, you know, sing happy birthday to him in the chat, wish him well. I know I'll be there in the chat. I actually get to meet up this Saturday and, you know, play some Blood Bowl, which I'm really excited for. I've never played Blood Bowl. I got my little Snotling team. Looking forward to getting my... It'll actually be my first ever game of anything Warhammer. Because like I said, when I got back into it, the lockdown happened, and as a kid there weren't that many of my friends really that was into it, so I didn't get to play any of the games. So the very first game I'll be playing will actually be Blood Bowl, which I did not see coming, but it'll be a very happy day. Get to meet up with everyone can't wait for drive, even just the drive down with myself and Mr. Smith in the chat. Meeting up halfway and then having a little road trip down. It's going to be an absolute laugh. And right on time, we have the better half of the pickle jar, Wendy, popping into the chat. Good evening, Wendy. I hope you're well. And keep an eye out for that postman tomorrow. There should be something dropping through letterbox for El Capitan pickle. Going to cheat on this wood. Use a contrast snakebite leather. Right, okay, here comes Captain Pickle. Being spicy. Coming in with a spice. Apparently I sound like Rudy off Misfits. But then saying that, I did watch it. It was shockingly similar. I mean, thank God I didn't look like him, but it definitely did make me laugh. Lots of little rivets that we're going to have to come back and get on this guy. Trying to make sure I don't miss anything just yet. What's happening with the pals tomorrow? Am I getting a parcel? No, it's just a card. But I ordered a bigger one. I'm not sure if it'll fit through the letterbox. It should do. But he's not getting his present till Saturday because it's that big, his present. That's what she said. There's no way I could have posted it. So just get ready with camera on Saturday because there will be tears. Well, it's nothing that he doesn't deserve anyway, so there is that. It's nice to just get a little bit of painting done this evening now. A nice chill day with the little one today. Went swimming. And we played a little bit of Fortnite on the Xbox. She's recently got into that, but yeah, I'm a nightmare at playing with it on it because obviously the competitive side comes out, and like you try and tell a young one, oh no, don't shoot there, shoot this way, and you forget you're playing with one of the kids. I need to calm it down a little bit with her. Come back over that green now. be able to. Pickle doesn't need any more stuff. Me on my own hand, I always need more stuff. Well, don't forget, Wendy, you'll be getting your very own unbuilt, still in wrapper version of the Queen of Swishy Swirlies. Obviously, Blue Peter style. Here's one I prepared earlier. So, can't wait to see you try and put it together. There's a swine put together. I can't wait to see what you do with that. But the thing I've got, Josh, I can guarantee no one else has got one, because it's a custom made built, say, without giving anything away. Come in now, back in with the Orc Flash. I mean, the point on this brush is ridiculous. If any of you guys, I know a lot of you guys here are from the CWG network or from the Pickle Jar on Discord, Chilling Wargamers Discord. If there's any of you guys out there that are, you know, really are looking for some really good top-notch brushes that don't break the bank, they don't cost the earth, you should really consider getting some of these Broken Toads. I mean, if they can make an average Joe Smuck painter like myself paint, you know, semi-decent, just think what they can do with you guys. That's looking really good. I'm really happy with that. And then obviously we're just glazing it up. Just build the highlight up and then like slowly glazing it and blending it, which can be a bit of a pain on one of these smaller guys like this. I don't know if it's showing up on the camera, but basically we're just going back round now with this Auric Flash, but not touching the recesses. And probably do that 2 or 3 times. So I'll do it some more off stream, but slowly building like the vibrancy back up, because it is quite a yellowy green, but I mean for this it does really work. And I do prefer with these ones that that really bright green. This I think not as bright, but I know obviously Josh, Captain Pickle in the chat, like his salamanders, a really bright green, really flipping awesome. But it's very like a really bright pale like that. And for the AOS ones, obviously when you're playing against like Storm Horse and stuff like that, the big and shiny things, it does help stand out that little bit on the table, rather than having these like dark and dingy things. But at the end of the day, it's personal preference, isn't it? I'll paint my orcs one way, the next guy probably paints them completely different. That's the beauty of this hobby, isn't it? It's, you know, how you envisage yours might not be how the next guy does, or girl. Chat, sorry. Looking forward to Saturday, also a bit anxious about meeting new people. Yeah, I mean, I've always been the same myself, but I mean, the way I've got round, like obviously meeting new people can always be, you know, anxious, can't it? And you can't tell someone who's anxious not to be anxious, because obviously it makes them more anxious. But I mean, you know, we've met each other in the chat, or we've had FaceTime calls and stuff like that on the hobby hangouts. So, I mean, in a way, that's how I've got around it. So, I mean, I don't know if that will help anyone else. But, you know, there's always that. There's no need to feel anxious. We talk virtually on a daily basis, everyone in the chat anyway. I've got Kev, the Hobby Corner, popping in before his stream, sneakily popping in there, pal. 10 minutes before your stream. I hope you're well. I also hope you have a really good stream tonight, pal. I shall try and pop on once I am finished here, just to say hello. I did promise a little, and I'd play a bit more Fortnite with her before she goes to bed. Probably not the best idea, really, is it? Get them all fired up before bed. Oh, no, sod it. It's summer holidays, isn't it? That is done. So that'll do for now. I'll let that have a good dry before I go in and layer up with the next. So I shall get my crappy brush again and move on to the metallics. Nothing too spectacular, just get some lead belcher and we'll get it on there. Belcher, is it belcher? I'm always saying it wrong. I'm sure it's lead belcher. Yeah, I've been going nearly an hour already. So, what we got? So we'll start at the top and work our way down. There's a spike on here. pan there. I don't want silver on silver too much. What I think I might do that pan. I'm thinking in like a little copper colour. Got a big ladle here. Going all the way up the back. I'm running really low on this, so I'll have to get some more metallic paints. To pop out this weekend and get some. Right, so this one comes all the way up the top. I want to be careful not to get, I mean it's hard not to get it on them. We've got all these bags and portions. Little nail on there. And there. That's pretty much it for that side. So then coming over, just want to try and get. It's the only trouble using these really crap brushes. So the point on them is just ridiculous, especially when you're coming over like that, and then God, this is going to make a mess in the. Got it. Aha. So I might do his spoon as copper, and then obviously he's got his pot, so we'll get the pot covered. Point there, the rest of your stream goes well. Thank you for popping in, Wendy. Hope you and Josh have a lovely week. I'll speak to you all on Wednesday for the pickle show. I hope Josh has a lovely birthday week. He's only got one more day in work, hasn't he? And then he's got the rest of the week off for his birthday. So I hope everything goes well. You take care. Trying to get that. He's got a little belly plate just underneath in the most awkward of spots. Night all, see you on Kev's Magic Show. Good night, Mr. Bazooka. Thanks for popping in, pal. And I hope you have a great time on Kev's show. Say hello to him for me, and I shall be along soon. Oh, I mean, we've got roughly about half an hour left anyway, so it might be before then. There's not much more, really, to do on here without letting it dry properly. get this copper out. And I really love this metallic copper from the GW range. Been using it quite a lot, especially with my orcs. Hashut copper. I mean, the pigments in it are really good, and it does stand out really well. It's quite shiny, but even with a wash on it, you can darken it down quite good. Yeah, gosh, sorry I wasn't chatting absolutely dead on my feet. I understand, obviously you had all family over today. I hope they're all well, Kev. I hope you have a great stream, pal. I'll speak to you soon. I'm sure he's just tired because we played Among Us the other night and we just spent the whole time killing Kev. Poor Kev. It was a good laugh. So as we were saying before, we'll get this pot as well. Just gives it that nice little bit of contrast from, you know, silver metallics, but the copper, it works really well with browns as well, for some weird reason. It does stand out quite well. I think I'll do as well, just to break it up that little bit. Handle the copper as well. Yeah, that looks really well. I like how that goes. So, I think what we'll do now is just quickly get this purple down. So we're going to use, got two purples for inside the pot. We'll start off with the darker one, which is a Nagaroth Knight. Just for you guys that, you know, want to know what colours I'm actually using. Dropping my like, hope you're all well. Big loves, thank you very much, Mr. Tabletop Ready Minis. Hope you're well, dude. this will be highlighted. The bit down the side it will get highlighted up like mad. So obviously it's like gooey stuff overflowing. Because of the purple, I'll go over them. Obviously it's a purple liquid. Common sense is that at least some of these jars are going to be purple. What else we can get done tonight then. Let's get his teeth done on him, so there we go. Nice. White. Tiny bit on the brush because he's only got a couple of tiny teeth. Drop a tiny bit in where his eyes are going to go, because obviously with them being red on top of the green, I don't want them quite dark. Same on the other side. And what I'll do is just pop back in with my green. Just tidy. I always mess it up. It's just tidy up round them eyes with this green. Bit of a glaze going. army here as well. My only use for red, the eyes. Perfect. Which I shouldn't have really said because I gotta go do the other side now. I always mess one. Oh. Oh no, I think I've actually bloody hell, I bloody done it first time. Nice one. Yeah, happy with that. Boss green, which we're going to use for these root like grass tuss sticking out, because this will darken quite down quite heavy. Hopefully you guys watching, or you know, you guys in the chat, have enjoyed it this week. We're just working our way through these orcs. I know I'm having an absolute blast myself, but obviously I want you guys to be entertained as well. It's all good and well, like me just doing what I want, which, you know, end of the day, it's my show, isn't it? So, but without sounding like arsey, if you guys weren't enjoying it, you wouldn't be popping by, would you? But is there any other topics or any subjects within like AOS or 40k that you guys would like to see me working on, or you know, stuff like that? Just drop us a message or let us know in the chat, even if you know, if you want. I'm just going out with a Baneblade Brown for these roots, which will darken down with a wash of Agrax shade. looking, because obviously I've got like a chicken's claw on this one. Obviously it's going to be more bone coloured. So just in case you guys want to know how I do my bone colours, I'm just going with a pallid witch flesh, which is, it looks white but it acts very similar to you've ever decorated like magnolia paint. So it looks white going on, but it tints ever so slightly browny, and then by the time you put a skeleton horde wash over the top of it, it does look really, really good as like a bone effect. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bags. So the bigger one will go in with a Fondria brown. Switch brushes because I don't want to be using my good brush with contrast pen. I'm cheating. And you've got to go Gunter Brown or Gunter Third, which is quite an orangey brown. But I find it works really, really well for like bits of bags and leather sometimes. So, you know, it's not as good as some of the others in my experience, but it does stand out well enough that it's quite different. I enjoyed my first visit to you on a live. Cheers, Phil. Thank you very much, Mr. Or Mrs. Badfish. Sorry, I don't know. Obviously, it's first time seeing you. It's first time you've been. So, thank you for checking us out. If you've not, if you wouldn't mind, or if you want to see more of the channel, please leave a like and consider subscribing. We are here every Monday, so if you want to pop by, you're more than welcome. But yeah, thank you very much for popping in on one of my shows. I'm really happy how them eyes are popping against that green. It's quite menacing. A bit of a... So the bag's a bit different there at the top. That bit. And then where's it gone? Old Faithful, snakebite leather. here. I don't know if you guys can see it, like the contrast between that and the more orangey Gorgunter there. Sorry, I'm flipping lisping without my teeth in. Just seeing. Yeah, I'm a bloke, that's. It's good to know. You can never presume, especially in this day and age. But like I said, I do appreciate popping by. Thank you very much, pal. We do stream, like I said, every Monday, every 7:30. We run till about 9, 9:30 some weeks. We have gone longer. It depends on what I'm working on and other stuff that's going on. You know, like trying to get little ones settled for bed and stuff. Obviously, it's not too bad at the moment with school holidays. There it is, my morphine brown. I'll just get this collared on here. I'm really surprised. I know it's only a small mini, but from my experience in the past, the smaller ones take twice as bloody long. I think it's purely just because of the detail on them. There's so much little detail. And because they're so small as well, you tend to just so the best way to describe it. So it's not lost, like on the battlefield as such. I think you try and get that little bit of extra detail on them, don't you? Okay, some knife there before I forget. There's that other bit of metal I missed there. Pretty much there or thereabouts. Let's get ready to probably start winding the stream up soon. A couple of other bits I want to get done on this first. But there's always that I don't know, it's just with me. I'm always trying to find pushing it that too far, and you know, obviously your layers haven't dried properly in between, and you end up smearing something, or you get it done, you think, oh yeah, that looks good, and then when you come away and you look at it in a different light the next day, you can see a very stark difference. Whereas it probably, if you left it and walked away for that couple of hours and then come back to it, you probably would have been happier with it. And obviously there's a wash to go over, so the skin's pretty much there. Just try and talk you guys through a little bit of it, because obviously the majority of this will get finished before next week's stream now. But like all the browns, all the back, all the clothing will get a wash of Agrax Earthshade, and I'll on purpose mist the skin just so that skin stands out that little bit more, so that it's his clothes that are dirty and grimy, you know what I mean? These little details. So you'll see here now, like I said, where that scrag brown against the Thundia brown. There's this, like there's a stitching. I do really like that, and I mean it is quite of a stark difference, but then by the time it's had a wash over it, it does tone it down that little bit, but then not too much, and then just like a little bit of an edge highlight back up, and it does really well with standing out against a darker brown. I just want to get these little few little straps here. I'm sure I saw one that I missed and I can't see it, because you always end up missing one somewhere. Or I seem to do anyhow. Just something I seem to do, I think. To this bit down a bit. I want a bit of a better glaze on this one. So it shows through that little bit. Highlights on here. And then before we finish, get a bit of highlight on the pot goo or whatever it is that he's stirring up. That'll do. That lighter purple, which is a jean stealer purple. It's quite a bright purple. What I've found with other purples is I highlight up with this and then put a wash. I'll end up just washing everything. I might as well just dunk them in a wash. Be like streak and dry. But yeah, just pick a few certain like highlights out in a lighter colour and then a purple wash over the top, and it looks really spooky and nice. How the effect that it has. You've got that lighter contrast against like the darker recesses. very top it's going to be at its brightest. This last little bit up, and I knew I missed one somewhere, just with the snake bite leather. Just on that bit there, and the chicken butt. These odd little, and it's just giving them that second tint, just to darken them down that little bit, not too much. And then liquid talent, everyone seems to call it. I've got the null oil, just for anything metallic, and then what I'll do once that's dried, I'll give it a couple of hours to dry, and then I've recently found with especially metallics, if I then go over, especially silver, actually not just metallics, especially silver, if I then go over it with a Griff Charger grey contrast paint, it gives it that little bit of a blue like tint, like a hue to it, that just makes it stand out just that ever so much. I've really enjoyed that, actually coming across that, just playing about with some of my other bits, some of my other paints and that, just so it's not just all monotone. It's all just like painted silver, wash over the top, and it's done. Just that little bit of a different colour to it. It's still silver, but it's weird. I mean, if you go on my Instagram, Ravens Rock Miniatures, or like some of the stuff I posted in the Discord, you'll see there is a slight blue tint to them. It's more noticeable, like obviously in person, but on the pictures it does pick it out that little bit. Pleasure to see how others work. Great chilled stream to have on while messing with my own project. See you next week, and thanks again. No, thank you very much for dropping in, Daz. I remembered your name now. But no, yeah, I do appreciate it. Thank you for coming in. We do try and just chill. It's nothing too hectic normally. But yeah, once again, I do appreciate you popping by, pal. Thank you very much. I think we're at the point where we'll probably call it there anyway, because I'm quite happy with that. I just want all these, like this null oil, dry off and that. And Mr. Lupus card is popping in right at the very end, pal. I mean, come on. I'm sure you've been lurking like you normally do. But a miniature painter is never late, as Pickle says. He arrives when he intended. So, I mean, I'm absolutely buzzing with how far we've got with that guy tonight. I mean, I know it's only a little model, but there's so much detail. So much different variations in colours and stuff. So there's a few highlights left on the skin. I might just darken it down just in some of the recesses with a purple wash, just like a pin washing it in there. Apart from that, yeah, I'm really happy with how it's turning out. So can't wait to crack on and get some more of these done. Shh, don't tell everybody. Your secret's safe with me, pal. But yeah, so it's pretty much there or thereabouts. So so the rest of the week, I don't believe there's anything on tomorrow. I could be wrong. Otherwise, it is basically the Pickle Show on Wednesday, which is a birthday extravaganza. I'm back. Yeah, so it's his birthday special show on Wednesday, so please everyone get in there, bombarded with birthday messages. Show him a lot of love, he does deserve it. Thursday we've got the Chilling Wargamers with Spud, Elston and Pickle, or any variation of them three. There's a lot of trips to China going on lately, so we don't know who's on each week, but I'm sure they'll let us know in the chats or on the Discords. And then Friday we've got our very own Hobby Corner Kev on his live stream show, so please check him out. When you're finished here, please go check him out. He's live tonight doing a playthrough on his Mortal Realms with his fixed dice. Every time them Nighthaunt play, he rigs it against them. I'm sure it's something against me because he knows I like my Nighthaunt. But yeah, that's pretty much it this week. Oh, I just finished my coffee in time as well. So thank you once again everyone for popping in. If you haven't, please like, subscribe, tell your friends, get everyone in. We are growing. It's only a matter of time before we get there, but obviously we'll see. But yeah, thank you very much. So don't forget, tune in next Monday, 7:30 again, and we'll be doing some more of the Dominion Goblins, I believe. Is it Hog Grots? See, for the Hog Grots, so we're going to do the Bolts Archer ones, and there's 3 of them, so we can batch paint through the 3 and we'll work on them. So thank you very much guys for tuning in, and I shall see you all next week. Bye.